Good morning, dear children. So let's begin with the next topic of the same chapter, tissues in animal tissues. Children, we have already studied one type of animal tissue, that is epithelial tissue. And in the last video, I have already told a bit about the muscular tissue to you. So in this video, we are again starting with the muscular tissue. Okay. So muscular tissue, as you all know, is derived from the term muscles. Okay, it is derived from the term muscles. That means this type of tissue forms our muscles. You know that muscles basically help in the movement of the body, movement and locomotion of any organisms, any living organisms, especially the animal's body. So first of all, we will see that what are the characteristics of muscular tissue. What are the specific things which are present in these muscular tissue which helps in the movement and locomotion of the body. Already I told you that muscle tissue is made up of muscle cells. But in most of the books, or mostly rather than calling them muscle cells, muscle tissue is made up of muscle cells. Like other tissues, epithelial tissues are made up of epithelial cells. Different types of epithelial cells are there. So different types of epithelial tissues are there. Okay. Plant tissues are made up of plant cells. Likewise, muscle tissues are made up of muscle cells. But rather than calling them muscle cells, we call them muscle fibers. Why we call them muscle fibers? Because you all know that you have studied in class 6, 7th and 8th that fibers are elongated structures. Likewise, the cells of the muscle tissue are also elongated. I had made one diagram also last time. Again, I am going to show you. For example, this is a type of a muscle cell. Okay, you can see that it is elongated. Normally, the cells are in such shape. These are the small cells, or they are in such shapes, or they are we can say polygonal. They are in such shapes. Okay, nucleus is there, here also nucleus is there. But what happened in the muscular tissue? The cells are elongated. Any type of muscular tissue, the cells are elongated, and that is why rather than calling them muscle cells, we call them muscle fibers. Such type of question also arises. Sometimes this question is asked, that why the muscle cells are called as muscle fibers. Okay, so many type of such kind of muscle fibers make the muscular tissue. Now I told you that muscle tissue basically helps in movement and locomotion, because it has some special features in that. What are these special features? Actually, these muscle cells, they consist of, or the muscle fibers, they consist of the contractile myofibril. Contractile myofibril. Contractile means to contract. When anything contracts, it also relaxes. So these muscle cells or muscle fibers, they continuously contract and relax, due to the presence of contractile myofibril. This contractile myofibril actually consists of a type of contractile protein. This myofibril consists of contractile protein, and the names of these proteins, two types of contractile proteins are present in contractile myofibril, which helps in contraction and relaxation of the muscles. Children, you have studied in class 6 that muscles always work in pair. When one muscle contracts, another muscle relaxes. Like the muscles of our biceps and triceps. You know that the upper muscles are called as the biceps and the lower muscles are called as the triceps. They always work in pair. Likewise, the other muscles in the body also work in pair. When one contracts, other relaxes. Okay, this way they work. Like so, how they contract and relax? They contract and relax due to the presence of contractile myofibril, and this contractile myofibril consists of contractile proteins. Okay, contractile proteins. The names of these contractile proteins are actin and myosin. This is a bit complicated. That is why I am telling you again. In the last video also, at the end of the video, I have told you about this. So, actin and myosin. These actin and myosin, they continuously contract and relax, and so the muscles overall continuously contract and relax, and that is why they help in the movement and locomotion of the body. Okay, so this is how the muscle tissue works. So basically there are 3 types of muscle tissue in any animal's body. So let us discuss about these 3 types of muscle tissues. So these types of muscle tissues. First is striated muscle tissue. Second is smooth muscle tissue, and third is cardiac muscle tissue. So overall in our body, in animal's body, 3 types of muscle tissues are there: striated muscle tissue, smooth muscle tissue, and cardiac muscle tissue. We will study the structure, function and location of each and every type of muscle tissue one by one. So let's begin with the first type of muscle tissue, that is striated muscle tissue. Let us begin first of all with its structure. The striated muscle tissue, as the name suggests, striated. Striated means S-T-R-A-I-A-T-E-D. Striated means having striations. Striations means type of bands, type of some patches. Okay, that is called as striations. So because this kind of muscle tissue have the striations on it, some patches on it which are visible, that is why this muscle tissue is called as striated muscle tissue. Children, first of all let me make a diagram and then I'll explain you its structure properly. So this is only one cell I am making here. At the end I will make some more cells so that you could know how the muscle tissue is present. Here you can see the structure of the striated muscle tissue, muscle cell. This is the single cell, and that is why I told you that why we call these tissue, instead of muscle cells we call them muscle fiber, because single cell is elongated. You can see how long it is as compared to the other cells which we already have studied. So this is one muscle fiber of striated muscle tissue. Here you can see it is cylindrical in shape. Cylindrical in shape. Secondly, it is, here you can see this is the nucleus. So you can see there are many nucleus. Otherwise in previous cells you have studied that one cell possesses one nucleus. Here many nucleus are present. So it is multi-nucleated. Multi means many. Multi-nucleated means many nucleus. So it is multi-nucleated. Cylindrical in shape, multi-nucleated. Third thing which is visible here are these bands. This is the dark band and these are the light bands. Okay, so presence of dark and light bands, which are collectively called as striations. So striations are present which are formed by the dark and light bands. And what are these dark and light bands? These dark and light bands are formed by the proteins, arrangement of proteins, actin and myosin. In the striated muscle cells, muscle fibers, the arrangement of actin and myosin is like that they forms a visible band, dark and light band, and that is why when we see these type of muscle cells under the microscope, these light and dark bands are visible, and that is why so we call it collectively the striations are visible. That is why these muscle cells are called as striated muscle tissue, because they possess the striations of dark and light bands. Okay, now you know that why this muscle tissue or muscle cell is called as striated muscle tissue, because it consists of the dark and light bands, which is formed due to the special type of arrangement of a protein, actin and myosin. Okay, so cylindrical in shape, multinucleated, presence of dark and light band. Children, very important thing. So this is about the shape of the structure of the this striated muscle tissue. Now let us see that where does it present? What is its location? So location. Most of the striated muscle tissue is present attached to the skeletal tissue. Skeletal tissue means bones or skeleton. Okay, so most, I am not saying that all the striated muscle tissues are found attached with the skeleton. Most of the, okay, so most of this type of tissue is found attached to the skeleton, like the muscles of our hands. Okay, the movement is there, so the muscles of the hands are attached with the bone which is present inside. Likewise, the muscles of the legs, likewise the muscles of the body, muscles of the shoulders, okay, muscles of the jaws, all these are found attached with our skeleton, which is present over there, or the bones which are present over there. That is why these muscles are also called as skeletal muscles. So also called skeletal muscles. So first, they are called as striated muscles because of the reason which I have given you. Secondly, they are also called as the skeletal muscles because they are found attached. Most of the striated muscle tissues are found attached with the skeletal that are skeleton. Although other type of striated muscle tissue is also present, that is also called as visceral muscle tissue. Striated visceral muscle tissue. Striated visceral muscle tissue. Striated visceral muscle tissue is found in the internal part of the over the internal organs of the body where bones are not present. So where the bones are not present, if the striated muscle tissue is found, it is called as striated visceral muscle tissue, and if the striated muscle tissue is found attached to the bones, it is called as skeletal. It is also called as skeletal muscle tissue. Okay. After that, these muscles are also called as the voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscles. Voluntary word came from the word volunteer. Means doing anything by our conscious will. Okay. So voluntary muscles are these muscles, striated muscle tissue or striated muscle fibers are also called as voluntary muscles because they work by our conscious will. When we want them to move, they move. When we want them to stop, they stop. So they are also called as voluntary muscles. Okay. For example, the muscles of our hand, as I told you. If I want to put any object, then only my muscles will work. They will not work by themselves. They will work by my conscious will. If I don't want them to work, they will not work. Like the muscles of our legs. If we want them to move, then only they will move. The muscle of my tongue, my or every organism's tongue. If I want it to move, then only the muscles move. The muscles of the jaws. These are also the voluntary muscles. Okay. Like the muscles of the body lining. They also move when I want them to move. Likewise in other organisms also. So that is why they are called as voluntary muscles, because they work by our conscious will. When we want them to work, then they work. When we want them to stop, they stops. Okay. So that is why they are also called as voluntary muscles. So striated muscles are striated muscles because they have striations. They are skeletal muscles because most of the striated muscles are found attached with the bones, with the skeleton, and they are also called as the voluntary muscles. They work with our conscious will. Okay, so as I told you, now you know that where does these striated muscles are found. They are found in our limbs. Limbs means hands and legs. They are found in our body lining. They are found in the jaws. They are also found our tongue is made up of the striated muscle tissue, and some of the internal organs also consist of these muscles. Very important thing is now we are going to discuss is their function. These muscles, they help in the movement of the body. Okay, movement of a particular body part if we want them to move. So they directly help in the movement and locomotion. Children, I think you know what is the difference between movement and locomotion. Movement means moving any body part or any other body part at one place. Like I am moving my hands and I am standing over here. Okay, locomotion means moving from one place to another place. That is called locomotion. So these muscle tissues help in the movement and locomotion. Second very important thing is that these muscles, they fatigue very easily because the contraction and relaxation is very, very fast. Okay, so they fatigue very easily. Okay, they fatigue very easily. Fatigue very easily means they got tired very easily, because whenever they work, the contraction and relaxation is very fast, due to which these muscle fibers fatigue very soon. And that is why whenever we are writing very fast, whenever we are running, whenever we are walking, we are doing some work with our hands, and sometimes when we are talking a lot, so we feel tired. Why? Because at these places the striated muscle tissue is present, which contract and relax very, very fast, and that is why they get tired, they get fatigued very, very easily. Okay, so that is all about the first type of muscular tissue, that is striated muscle tissue. Okay, some of the questions which I have told you in this lesson, in this lecture, you have to keep remember. You can write down or pen down whenever you are making the notes, that why they are called as striated muscle tissue, why they are called as voluntary muscles, why they are called as the skeletal muscle tissue. Okay, what is their location, where they are found, what type of muscles, such kind of things, questions you have to remember. And very importantly, the structure of the striated muscle tissue you have to remember. So children, this is all about the first type of muscle tissue, striated muscle tissue, and in the next lecture I'll tell you about the second type of muscle tissue, that is smooth muscle tissue. After that we will study about cardiac, and at the end we will see the difference between all these three types of muscles. Thank you and have a nice day.